have head coach Dustin Kerns here. Coach, brief opening statement, and then we'll open the floor to questions.
It was a great college basketball game, great atmosphere. Thanks for the students and everybody that came out. But ball didn't bounce our way at the end, and that's how the game goes.
Dustin, what was the play on that last offensive play you guys had? What were you trying to accomplish there?
We were trying to get Justin Forrest at the rim. We were in the double bonus. We faked a handoff, cleared out the side, lifted everybody up. I have to watch it on film. Looked like there was a lot of contact to me.
So,
Played off 2 feet. He did what he was supposed to do.
Going back to the first half, obviously dig a hole. What was going on in the first half? Obviously, Charlotte was doing a lot of back cutting. I don't know if that was something you guys expected for them or had seen from them. What were they doing successfully that you guys were able to really kind of shut down in the second half?
Yeah, they've got a unique offense, and we prepared for all that. It's a difficult offense to play against. Credit them, but we repped it and repped it and repped it, and we actually saw some of that on Monday night. But I thought in the first half, we let our offense, we let some missed shots affect our defense. They got out in transition in the first half and got 20 points in transition. And I thought that was really the story in the first half. Yes, they got a couple back cuts. Those are loud points because they're, unaffected layups at the rim. But they got out in transition in the first half on us and got some threes. And but we were able to, get our defense set. We shored up those, those back cuts and stuff, and we were able to get some stops and momentum offensively.
In watching Mike Eads in the second half, not necessarily the matchup I would have expected to see him in. He's guarding a guy that's a lot bigger than he is and did a really good job with it. Talk a little bit about what you guys saw that you said, you know what, this is the matchup we're going to go with, because I'm not sure many people would have had that vision.
Yeah, Michael Eads is strong. He's one of our strongest players. And James Lewis and R.J. Duhart were just not giving us much. And so we went with Eads. We thought his strength and physicality, but also on the offensive end, he would be a tough matchup for them. That ended up working out for us. But he's just so strong. He can guard those guys, and sometimes he guards those guys better than perimeter players. But he did a really nice job, and it was good to see him playing at a game like that.
Justin's had a rough shooting start to the season. He had a rough start in the first half as well. But, being Justin, he keeps coming at it, and he gets in that groove there in the second half. And it felt like he kind of just almost lifted the whole team up with him. And then Adrian got going, and you guys really make that run. Talk a little bit about Justin's ability, and it's probably just a maturity and confidence thing to be able to start the season cold and then, go on a run like he did in the second half.
Yeah, and, he's drawing the game plan. He's drawing the best defender, and he's got off to a rough start. And we really talked to him the last couple of days about playing to his strengths and what he does well. They're a good defensive team, so I knew shots were going to be difficult anyway. But he got going and made some big shots, got to the free throw line. And then, certainly Delph made some big shots. I thought C.J. Huntley gave us some huge minutes there on both ends. But certainly, Justin looked a little bit more like himself there in the second half.
If I tell you before the game that you win second chance points 13-4, and you win points from turnovers 19-7, you'd probably bet the money in your pocket that you win that game. Obviously, those are things that you can go back and build off of going forward. What did it take more than that just to kind of get over the hump? What was the real difference in your mind tonight?
Well, we finally, I think we got locked in and defensively, and listen, we repped it, and our guys have done a good job with it in practice. But I thought once we started seeing the ball go in the basket a little bit, we played a little bit better defense. It's really got to work the opposite way for us. Our defense has got to dictate our offense, and our offense can't dictate our defense. But we saw the ball going a little bit. We got to the free throw line. We started getting fouled. They only had one foul, I think, in the first half. And we started drawing fouls and getting to the line and just really settling down and started putting them in difficult positions offensively, and then feeding off the crowd and the energy, and all of a sudden we're playing better defense. Hopefully in the future it works the other way. But I thought our guys just kind of locked in and really settled down and started getting the defensive reps that we'd been practicing.
How much of your problems in your set offense tonight is just it being early in the season, and how much are you concerned about that you didn't execute real well from just your sets tonight?
Well, I think that's Charlotte. I mean, they're a very good defensive team. I don't. I thought at times we did execute pretty well. I thought in the first half we got some open looks. We just didn't get them down. They're a really good defensive team, and they don't give you any looks. You're not going to score in the first 10 seconds against them. You got to keep changing sides of the floor, moving the defense. We tried doing a couple things to, create some more, gaps. But I thought I didn't think it was all that bad.
What's your philosophy at the end of the game? You call a timeout with 11 seconds left. What's your philosophy as far as either calling a timeout or letting it just play out at that point?
Well, I thought that, we had a different lineup out there, right? Like we had Eads and DeGregory, and, we just had like a lot of younger, not a lot of size, right? So we had some guys, quote, playing some spots that they weren't. I just thought we had a possession before that where we didn't call a timeout, and I thought let's get a timeout. Let's make sure we get the shot we want. Let's get something at the rim. We got something at the rim. I have to see it on film. There's a lot of contact, from my view, but that's what we wanted. We wanted to, get something at the rim and shoot. I mean, that's more we can ask for. But, I thought that I wanted to make sure we got a good shot. We got a shot at the rim.
One positive from tonight is for second time in 3 games, you've had a really change of things as far as the crowd and how the crowd's reacting and lifting you up. Can you talk a little bit about just what they gave you tonight?
Yeah, I thought our student section was outstanding. I thought our student section was outstanding. I don't know, what was the attendance tonight? It's not on my sheet.
32, 34.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Charlotte at home, coming off an NCAA tournament, coming off, I think the students are great. I still am hopeful that I don't know why we can't get 5,000-6,000 people. I don't really understand it. For a game like that, Friday night we had East Tennessee State. Friday night, home opener off of an NCAA tournament that hadn't happened in 21 years. And we're doing a lot, right? But I think the students have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the students have been incredible. Tonight I think 2,000. So there was a bunch. That's the most I've ever seen here.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can't thank the students enough. Can't thank the people that came. But when I came here, everybody said, "Coach, if you win, people will come." Coach, people will come if you win. I don't. 3,400 is not really my expectation for a Charlotte on a Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
We're thankful for the people that came and the students. But, since I've been here, I'd like for someone to argue that I haven't, everybody talks about at App State, I give it my all for Appalachian State. I give it my all for Appalachian State. Everybody uses that phrase, right? I love for someone to argue that I haven't given it my all for Appalachian State since I've been here, from day one. And so, yeah, I'm disappointed it's not 5,000 or 6,000. I expected to give it all back. I mean, like, we've won, we did it, but like, I mean, maybe my expectations are too high.
Well, it's early in the process still, and it is a step forward from where it's been
It's a
in
big step
recent
forward.
years.
It's a big step forward. My expectations are higher, and I'm not going to apologize for that. So I'm thankful. I think it's great. We've got momentum, but for Charlotte at home on a Thursday night, I don't know.
Thank you, Coach.